This video, I'm talking about the best credit card for Canadian business owners, especially online Canadian business owners that have expenses in US dollars. Now, I have tried all of the options and the winner by far is called Loop. That's Bank on Loop. Now, the reason why this card is the best is for a few reasons. The number one reason is it completely eliminates all of my FX fees. These are dual currency hybrid credit cards that when I pay for an expense in USD, it charges USD. When I pay for an expense in CAD, it charges CAD, and then it organizes those two balances separately, and I pay my USD balance from my USD bank account, and I pay my CAD balance from my CAD bank account, which is incredible. In addition to that, I'm able to create unlimited virtual credit cards, which can almost completely automate my bookkeeping. I'm going to show you how that looks like. And I'm able to give virtual credit cards to my team members, set spend limits, etc. So they don't have to constantly ask me for my credit card details. And finally, there is a freeze card trick that I've developed to mitigate my risk with any kind of risky vendor that asks for my credit card. Let's jump in. I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. Now, the first thing you'll notice is that the balance is broken out into Canadian and US dollar. So anytime I use the card to buy something, if it's a USD, it goes to the USD balance, and if it's CAD, it goes to the CAD balance. If I go to my cards, right now I have 33,000 available on my limit and 16,000 is used. Now, the best part of this platform is when I go to pay my balance. What will happen is I can choose pay in individual currencies and then current balance, and I can choose to pay the CAD from my Royal Bank of Canadian checking account, and I can pay the USD from my Royal Bank of Canada USD account. So again, completely eliminating FX fees. Now, if we go back to the cards themselves, what you'll see is I have actually created different cards for every category of expenses. So I have cost of goods sold, client ad spend. I have professional fees, other expenses, office rent when I was renting WeWork, subcontractors, software expense, operating, etc. So all of my expense categories are automatically categorized based on which card I use to pay for anything. So if I go to my transactions and I export transactions, now, what you will see is that everything is automatically categorized based on which card I use to pay for that expense. So when I'm signing up for a new expense, I simply choose the card that's designated specifically to that expense. So guys, with this method, you can basically eliminate the need for a bookkeeper and a professional accountant. You still have to use an accountant for your taxes, but this basically does your bookkeeping for you. Now, let me show you one of my favorite tricks, which is the freeze card trick. If I go into cards, view cards, let's just say let's just say I'm signing up for, should be anything. I've used this for gym memberships that are hard to cancel, for overseas vendors that I don't really trust with my credit card. So let's just say, I'm just gonna call this, risky service provider. All right, here we go. All right, so here the card is. Now, a few things we can do off the top. So we can set up freeze card rules, which just means, let's just say I'm signing up for something that costs $500. What I could say is after $501 is spent, I'm going to freeze the credit card. So what this means is there's no risk of them overcharging me, because if they try to, the card's just going to get frozen. Another thing I can do is just freeze this card manually. I just hit freeze card. So sometimes vendors make it hard to cancel services with them. If they make it hard to cancel the service, I can just freeze the card I used to sign up for that service, so I retain that power and the control. And a few other things you can do here. The interface is good. Everything is easy in this platform. There is actually also an option to set up like USD bank accounts through this. I do sometimes use this to pay my overseas contractors. For example, we have one team member in the Philippines, and I can send him money directly into his Philippine bank account in local currency from my currency through this platform. So there's a few extras as well, but the main thing is the credit cards, the elimination of all FX fees, the ability to create unlimited virtual credit cards, freeze them, unfreeze them, have the control. And also these are virtual cards. So it's not like I have 50 physical credit cards. They're all virtual. I just store them all in my password manager and I'm good to go. They do also have some rewards and offers in here, which you get points, you can redeem them for Uber and Apple. So that's a nice touch. I think it works out to about like 1 or 2% cash back, depending on your level of spend. So that's about it, guys. I don't usually make videos like this promoting a product, but I've tried so many, and honestly, this makes my life so much easier that I'm happy to promote this. So I hope you got a lot of value from this. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you're a Canadian business owner and you want this credit card, use the link below. I get a small gift for referring you to the service, and if you use my link, you get an exclusive gift when you sign up. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.